Cardi B sobs as 50 Cent mocks her after her split with Stefon Diggs. What if I told you that one of the most ruthless trolls in the entire entertainment industry looked at a woman's heartbreak and said, and I quote, "That's hilarious." Because that is exactly what happened. Cardi B, one of the most unapologetically loud, fearless, and chart-dominating women on the planet, was publicly going through the emotional wreckage of yet another high-profile split, this time with NFL wide receiver Stefon Diggs. And before she could even wipe her mascara off, 50 Cent was already in the comments, popcorn in hand, zero remorse in his soul, laughing his way to the viral moment of the week. And honestly, the internet lost its mind. So buckle up, because this one has drama, shade, tears, clout-chasing, and enough messy celebrity energy to power a small city. Welcome back to Celebrity Watchdog, where no secret stays buried and no shade goes unclocked. Quick favor, if you are loving this kind of unfiltered celebrity chaos, hit that subscribe button right now and smash that notification bell so you never miss a single episode. We are out here every week, dragging the truth into the spotlight, and trust me, you do not want to be the last one to know. Now let us start from the very beginning, because every great disaster has an origin story. Cardi B and Stefon Diggs were one of those celebrity pairings that had people genuinely confused at first. On one side, you have Cardi, born Belcalis Marlenis Almanzar in the Bronx, a woman who went from stripping to Grammy-winning rap superstar through sheer audacity, raw talent, and an absolute refusal to be ignored. On the other side, you have Stefon Diggs, former NFL wide receiver, known for his speed on the field, his style off it, and apparently his ability to catch the attention of one of hip-hop's biggest names. When news first broke that the two were spending time together, the internet had questions, a lot of questions, because Cardi had barely finished dusting off the legal confetti from her ongoing drama with Offset, her estranged husband, and already she was seen stepping into a brand new situationship with a football player. Classic Cardi. She never does anything quietly. But here is where the story gets interesting, and by interesting, I mean messy in the most spectacular way. The Cardi and Diggs situation was never officially labeled with all the traditional relationship stamps. No red carpet debut, no Instagram official post with a heart emoji, just rumors, sightings, energy, and that very specific kind of celebrity chemistry that tabloids absolutely live for. Reports were swirling, sources were close to both parties, People magazine was on speed dial, and just when the public had invested enough emotional energy into rooting for this pairing, boom, it was over. Done. Finished. The situationship had run its course, and Cardi was left holding the emotional bag while the internet started circling like sharks who smelled blood in the water. Now, most people in the entertainment industry have enough social awareness to let a woman breathe after a split. Most people. And then there is 50 Cent. Curtis James Jackson III, known to the world as 50 Cent, rap legend, power franchise mogul, and arguably the internet's most dedicated trolls and social media was invented, has built almost as much of his brand on internet chaos as he has on music. This is a man who once posted about his own son on Instagram in a way that made headlines for how cold it was. This is a man who memorably went after Ja Rule for so long and so relentlessly that entire generations know Ja Rule primarily as the guy 50 Cent hates. If trolling were an Olympic sport, 50 Cent would have more gold medals than Michael Phelps. So, when Cardi B split from Stefon Diggs became public knowledge, what did 50 Cent do? He did what 50 Cent always does. He took to social media, his preferred arena, the place where he has repeatedly proven he has absolutely no chill, and he mocked her. Publicly, loudly, with the kind of gleeful, unbothered energy that only a man with absolutely no fear of consequences can manage. He posted about it, laughed about it, and essentially treated a woman's emotional pain like it was the funniest punchline he had seen all week. And Cardi? Cardi did not stay silent.
Now, here's the thing about Cardi B that a lot of people, including apparently 50 Cent, consistently underestimate. This woman is not built for silence. She did not get to where she is today by swallowing her feelings and smiling politely. Cardi B is a woman who once drove through the night to confront someone over a beef that started online. She is a woman who threw a shoe at a DJ during a concert. She responded to his mockery with the full force of her personality, and sources close to her noted that she was genuinely hurt, not just annoyed, hurt. Because underneath the extravagant wigs, the Balenciaga outfits, and the megawatt bravado is a real woman who was dealt with more public heartbreak than any one person should have to manage in front of millions of spectators. She reportedly sobbed. And look, before anyone rushes to mock that detail, let us have a little perspective moment right here, because this is important. We live in this bizarre cultural era where celebrities are simultaneously expected to be superhuman, completely unbothered by criticism, immune to heartbreak, made of something stronger than regular human emotion, and also expected to be authentic and relatable. You cannot have it both ways. Cardi B crying over a failed relationship is not weakness. It is just being a person, a very famous, very scrutinized, very publicly vulnerable person. And the fact that 50 Cent used that moment to score internet points says infinitely more about him than it does about her. But let us talk about why 50 Cent even does this, because it is not random. There is a calculated method to his madness. 50 Cent has been at war, culturally, publicly, sometimes legally, with various figures in the entertainment world for decades. He and Cardi do not share a long documented beef history, but 50 has never exactly been her cheerleader either. His mockery in this moment felt opportunistic more than anything else. He saw an opening, a trending story, a vulnerable moment, a woman in the news for something emotionally raw, and he jumped into it with both feet because that is his brand. Stay relevant, stay provocative, keep people talking. And if someone gets hurt along the way, well, 50 Cent has historically not lost a lot of sleep over that. What makes this particular incident so layered is the gender dynamics at play. Because if we're being real, and we always are on this channel, a man mocking a woman for being upset about a breakup is not edgy or bold or funny. It's just mean. And the fact that it went viral, that people retweeted it and laughed and added their own commentary, says something uncomfortable about the way we consume celebrity pain as entertainment. We have turned real people's worst moments into content. And somewhere along the way, we forgot that there are actual human beings on the receiving end of all that noise. Cardi, to her credit, did not just dissolve into the criticism. She clapped back with her signature combination of humor and fury. She let it be known that she was not about to become a meme without fighting back, because that's who Cardi B is. She will cry and she will be hurting, and she will also flip the whole situation on its head and come out of it with a viral moment of her own. The woman is a survivor in the truest sense of the word. Now, let us zoom out and look at the bigger picture here, because this story is not just about two celebrities going back and forth on social media. It is actually a perfect snapshot of everything that is both thrilling and deeply broken about celebrity culture right now. We have built an entire media ecosystem that rewards cruelty. The more cutting the comment, the more engagement it gets. The more vulnerable the target, the more clicks the story generates. 50 Cent knows this. He has always known it. He has weaponized it at every stage of his career, from his legendary beef with Ja Rule to his ongoing trolling of former associates. 50 operates in the attention economy like a 5-star general. Every post is a calculated move. Every troll is designed to generate maximum noise with minimum actual consequences for himself. And the worst part? It works. We are literally talking about it right now. His name is in the title of this video. Mission accomplished for Curtis Jackson. But here is the twist, and there is always a twist on Celebrity Watchdog. This kind of relentless trolling has a shelf life. There is a fatigue that sets in when someone is seen attacking people who are already hurting. The internet is fickle, and the same audience that cackled at his post about Cardi B today will pivot to calling him out tomorrow if the wind shifts. We've seen it happen to 50 before, and we will almost certainly see it happen again. As for Cardi B, her trajectory remains fascinating regardless of who she dates or does not date. She is one of the few artists of her generation who has successfully bridged hip-hop, pop culture, fashion, and social media in a way that feels completely organic to who she is. Her music still hits, her fashion still turns heads, her social media presence still commands attention. A failed situationship with an NFL player and a round of trolling from 50 Cent is not going to derail her. If anything, knowing Cardi, it will fuel her next verse. She has done it before. Remember when her personal life was in shambles? She made Be Careful and made everyone cry with her. Remember when she was getting dragged for her choices? She dropped another banger and made everyone forget what they were dragging her for. Cardi B's greatest superpower is her ability to transmute pain into art and chaos into content. If 50 Cent thinks he landed a knockout blow, he fundamentally misunderstands who he is dealing with. And Stefon Diggs? He has been the quietest person in this entire story, which is honestly impressive given that his name is plastered across every headline. His football career has faced its own turbulence, and he seems to have quietly exited stage left from the Cardi B narrative without saying a word publicly. Whether that is wisdom or just very good PR management, we may never know, but the silence is deafening. Here's the bottom line, and I want you to really sit with this one for a second. Celebrity drama like this is equal parts entertaining and revealing. It entertains us because we're drawn to big personalities colliding in public. It reveals us because how we respond to these moments, who we laugh with, who we pile on, who we defend, says everything about the kind of audience we're collectively choosing to be. Cardi B being mocked for feeling emotions after a breakup should not be funny. A grown man with $1 billion empire taking shots at a woman going through heartbreak should raise more eyebrows than laughs. And yet, here we are. The machine keeps spinning, the celebrities keep clashing, and Celebrity Watchdog keeps watching, because someone has to. Thank you so much for watching. You all are genuinely the reason this channel exists, and I appreciate every single one of you.